It's been 2 years since Puerto Rican pride overtook the streets of downtown Hartford.
It's going to be different, not like before, but we're still going to continue promoting our culture.
But today, this vibrant community is emerging on the other side of the pandemic to celebrate their rich heritage and to say thank you to health and essential workers.
I am just really proud of my culture. It is a way for me to connect to my culture, to give back.
A caravan will replace the usual parade, a gathering in place of the typical festival. But what remains is the spirit of giving, which is the foundation of this annual celebration.
Every year, the Puerto Rican Day Committee commits to the community that it will give.
While they give thanks to those on the front line, looming large are the members of the community they lost over the last year.
Had she gotten vaccinated, she might be with us today.
Those losses fuel their message as they look forward to what 2022 will look like.
Latino community, we need to get vaccinated. We have to come out and let's celebrate, but we have to do our part.
And welcome everybody to News 8's special coverage of the 2021 Greater Hartford Puerto Rican Day Caravan and Gathering. I'm Darren Kramer.
And I'm Amber Diaz. A lot of fun in store for today. Thank you for joining us this morning. COVID obviously canceled last year's celebration, and since then, the Connecticut Institute for Community Development Puerto Rican Parade Committee has worked tirelessly to put on a safe event this year.
Yeah, they have done it. It has returned this year in the form of a caravan, culminating in a gathering. News 8's Samaya Hernandez will be riding along with that caravan as it makes its way through downtown Hartford.
We'll check in with her throughout the next half hour as the caravan, or Chinchorreo, travels from Pope Park all the way to the Charter Oak Boxing Academy on Pope Park Highway. News 8's Sarah Cody gives us a preview of what the event will look like.
This is the Puerto Rican Day Parade we're used to, but organizers are adapting for a different time.
We are replacing the parade this year with a caravan. It's going to be different, not like before, but we're still going to continue promoting our culture. When I say different, we're still going to continue with music, salsa, food.
Now, certainly the point of bringing back this modified parade to the streets of Hartford is to give the community some fun and excitement, but it's also to spread the message about the vaccine and to honor healthcare heroes and essential workers like teachers.
It was like being in solitary sometimes.
Shakira Perez works with 8th and 12th graders at Classical Magnet School and was named Hartford's 2020 Teacher of the Year. She says the challenges faced by students and educators during the pandemic were immense, but she's confident the landscape is positive moving forward.
If we go hard in September, when we return back to normal school and we really get the children to invest in their education again, there will be no learning loss. There'll be learning opportunities, more learning opportunities.
Perez is a member of the CICD Puerto Rican Parade Committee.
I am just really proud of my culture. It is a way for me to connect to my culture, to give back.
The caravan will end with a celebration and vaccine clinic at Parkville Market, a beloved spot in the community.
Even the police officers, the firemen, like they feel like this is a home.
It's all about finding connection after a time of isolation, giving kids and adults the chance to celebrate safely.
Come outside, get some vitamin D and, soak it all in.
In Hartford, Sarah Cody, News 8.
And joining us throughout the morning is Sammy Vega, who you just heard from in that piece there. He is the president of the CICD. Sammy, thanks for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Gracias.
Thank you so much. And before we talk about what went into making today happen, let's see what's going on out on the streets.
Darren, well, we are kicking things off right now. We're celebrating Pride. There's a lot of culture, lots of banderas, lots of flags all over Hartford today, and things are a little bit different. We would be walking the streets. Typically, we're on a caravan today. It is modified, but the pride, the celebration, the culture is all the same. And joining me right now is Mayor Luke Bronin. Mayor, talk to me a little bit about what we're doing here, because we're ensuring that we're going to continue that celebrating the Puerto Rican culture here. So many such rich culture in this city, but also talk to me about the need to get folks vaccinated and why that's connected to today's event.
No, you're exactly right. Like, this is a day to celebrate our Puerto Rican culture in the city. This is a city that's proud to have one of the largest Puerto Rican communities in the country, and this is always a day of celebration. But we are doing it a little bit differently this year. It's a little lower key, it's smaller, but it's no less full of energy. And as you said, it's also focused on getting the word out about vaccines. You know, we're really trying to continue this strong push to get our whole community vaccinated. We've made it as easy as possible for everybody who wants to get vaccinated, but we need to keep spreading that word.
And we do have some essential workers joining us here on this caravan. We're going to be talking to them in a little while. Really important to celebrate them. We've got the Teacher of the Year on board here. We're going to be talking to him as well. But this whole thing culminates at Parkville Market, and that's really a special place. Everyone loves Parkville Market. Talk to me about the celebration that's going to be ongoing until 8 o'clock, right?
That's right. So when this parade ends, there's going to be celebration, food, music at Parkville Market, and also a vaccination clinic. So folks can come, have fun, and get the vaccine if they haven't already. But you know, Parkville Market has been an amazing success story of this pandemic. They opened at the beginning of the pandemic, and it's emerged as just one of the true bright spots where there's the full diversity of cultures on display in the cuisine in Parkville Market, and it's constantly packed with people now that the weather is good. So it's a perfect place to go and celebrate the reopening after this difficult year, but also to remind everybody, you know, let's make sure that we can make this reopening stick by getting everybody vaccinated who isn't yet.
Right, and keep in mind, you know, Connecticut, we are doing really good. We're one of the top states in terms of vaccination rates, but there are still those disparities. So we want to get the word out to people in the community here. So we're taking off here now. Everyone is having a great time. We are on our way on the parade route. And I'm going to send things back to you guys.
Looks like fun, right?
It looks like a lot of fun. Keep your balance there, Samaya, if you can hear us out there. So, Sammy, things are a lot different this year, but it looks like fun. I mean, what do you think so far?
First of all, it's emotional. I'm seeing people out, so I'm excited.
It should be, and it's a great idea. It's kind of a happy medium of the caravan coming to the folks in the neighborhoods, a little bit safer, and kind of easing us back into hopefully full-blown normal next year, right?
And that's the great part, you know. Always the people come to us. Now we come into the community. And when I say very emotional, as you know, 2020 is very tough. Yeah. But I'm glad that the city and in the Puerto Rican Day Parade, we're able to work something out and do a caravan.
And it looks good.
That's awesome. We're so happy for everybody in the community there. But there is more to today than just having fun as well.
Unfortunately, the numbers of crowds will be limited, but the spirit of giving is no less strong. The Puerto Rican Day Committee is distributing coats. They're doing food drives, vaccination clinics. Their public service is in no way diminished by the absence of big crowds.
That's right. And Sammy, so tell us a little bit about what the CICD has been doing to give back this year.
Yeah, definitely. We started, as always, we started with a food drive with Goya. We partnered with Goya. We were able to feed about 400 families. But like Senator Blumenthal mentioned, it's very important to get our community healthy. And every event that we're going to do this year, we're going to have a clinic. And we need our, especially Latino community, to get vaccinated so we can actually do a festival and parade next year.
Vital.
Get the vaccine, you bet. News 8's Sarah Cody shows us the impact of that Goya food drive that kicks off these Puerto Rican Day events every year.
Many sights were familiar. As the Connecticut Institute for Community Development Puerto Rican Parade Committee held a press conference to kick off its season of celebration.
We have suffered so much through this pandemic, through all this past year, through quarantine, and we were not able to impact the community as we wanted.
That's why the return of an important tradition, the Goya Gives Food Drive, means so much.
Vegetables, beans, olive oil, crackers, and rice.
Now listen to these incredible statistics. At today's Goya event, the company donated 3,600 pounds of cans and boxes. And in 2020 alone, it donated 13,000 pounds of food.
It's our business to help our community. You know, this is the people that make Goya what it is today, so it's our pressure to give back to the community.
It is important to note that events like this, I don't consider charitable or charity events, in that access to nutritious food is really a human right.
The goal of the event is threefold: to provide 400 families with food, to raise awareness of the Caravan on June 5th, and to provide easy access to the COVID-19 vaccine.
Latino community, we need to get vaccinated. We have to come out and let's celebrate, but we have to do our part.
To that end, the food drive featured a vaccine clinic as the community adapts to celebrate and connect safely. In Hartford, Sarah Cody, News 8.
And still come here this morning, we're going to take a look back on parades past.
Plus, remembering a member of the Puerto Rican community that lost in the battle with COVID.
Also a little later, a taste of the island right here in Connecticut. We're back live at the 2021 Greater Hartford Puerto Rican Day Caravan and Gathering in just a minute.
Taking a look back now to 2 years ago. This was the scene pre-pandemic as a sea of people overtook downtown Hartford for the Greater Hartford Puerto Rican Day Parade. Hartford has the 6th largest Puerto Rican population in the country. Thousands came out to enjoy the cultural celebration, music, dance, and of course, the food.
As the pandemic winds down, the Puerto Rican Parade Committee decided it was time now to get back out there, not only celebrate with the community, but honor the healthcare heroes as well.
That's right. Joining us today to talk more about this year's special event is Brenda.
Hi.
Marie Cartagena. Cartagena, board member of the CICD Puerto Rican Parade. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
We love it. We haven't talked to people in person in a long time.
It's so glad to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Tell us about how you came about to hold the event the way we're holding it today. Tell us about that.
Well, it's been certainly a difficult year for the state, for the world, and we are so happy, excited that we get to do something finally.
Right.
Although in a small scale, but we've been prepping for this since 2020, actually. Yeah, so we are excited that we finally get to do something exciting for the community.
And how is the Latin community, the Puerto Rican community in particular, involved in helping during the pandemic, especially this hard-hit community?
We were able to do something in summer. We hosted the Caravan. We promoted the census, and we have a great impact from that. And we partnered with the city to do that, to impact to get the community, to get the Latinos to participate in the census, which is so important to bring bring benefits to the state and the city.
Now I have to ask, everyone was so excited for 2020 to be over. It's now 2021. What are you most excited about for 2022?
I'm very excited to see our community, finally vaccinated and out there, so we finally could go back. We can actually go back and put the parade as we like it, as we are used to it.
We are so happy to help you celebrate this year. Congratulations on a great day, and we can't wait till next year as well.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for being part of this excitement that we are all sharing for Saturday.
All right. We'll be right back in just a moment.
During preparations for the Puerto Rican Day Caravan and Celebration, organizers took time out to remember a community member lost to COVID. They're now sharing her battle to raise awareness about the vaccine. News 8's Sarah Cody has that story.
I believe it's a symbol of love, peace.
Members of the CICD Puerto Rican Parade Committee gave Sydney Schulman this white rose to honor a woman called a lifelong advocate for those in need.
Just before Thanksgiving, my wife and I both got COVID.
Elba Schulman was born in Puerto Rico and worked tirelessly on the boards of the Institute for the Hispanic Family and the Hispanic Health Council. The 78-year-old lost her battle with the virus in December before the vaccine was available.
It was just terrible for all of us, and we miss her a lot. for everything she's done for our family and for the community.
Had she gotten vaccinated, she might be with us today.
Now, members of the CICD are passionate about spreading the message about the importance of vaccines to this community. So you'll see vaccine clinics like this one popping up at all upcoming events.
Based on all the information we've received from the CDC, that it is effective, that it is safe.
Kenneth Barella is CEO of the Hispanic Health Council, working to spread the word.
Just meeting people where they live, having conversations with them, addressing their concerns, because their concerns are real.
The council, filled with essential workers, has been busy throughout the pandemic.
We're addressing the issue of disparity as it pertains to testing. And then as the vaccine was developed, we then became more engaged in recruitment.
For Shulman, the mission is personal, a testament to his wife, who cared so much about her friends and neighbors.
I know, as I talked with her about it, that she wanted everybody to get vaccinated, everybody to be protected.
In Hartford, Sarah Cody, News 8.
And Sammy, you were close with Ms. Shulman, correct?
Yeah, definitely. Not only she was a dear friend of the CICD Puerto Rican Day Parade, but the community. And it's sad because when it happened, we were meeting actually, and we were discussing how we could get our community healthy. And fortunately, at that time, she didn't have the vaccine.
Right. You know. Well, her message hopefully will inspire more folks to go and get that shot, right?
Definitely.
Hope so. All right, listen, it is now 11:50, 10 minutes before 12, and the Caravan is rolling along.
It is. And let's check in with News 8's Samaya Hernandez live riding along with the Caravan. Samaya, where are you now? Just bumping along.
So I'm at the top of our Caravan. We're just rolling along. There's so much amazing energy out here. I mean, this event is modified. There's not as many people as we would typically see in the streets, but the energy, the pride is all the same. I mean, and I want to bring us back to the reason, one of the reasons why we're here is because we're celebrating people like Yaya Mendez here, who is Jana. Jana, who is an ICU nurse for UConn Health in Meriden. Talk to me, Farmington. But you're from Meriden. Yep. Talk to me about what it means. You went through the pandemic, you were on the front lines in the ICU, and now you're here. Some of us are maskless, most of us are vaccinated, but we're still that push to get more people vaccinated. Talk to me about how you're feeling right now.
Well, you know, it's so wonderful to be celebrating our culture here in Hartford with my fellow Puerto Ricans. It's also great to see people on the streets, knowing that, you know, even though we're not over this pandemic, we still could do our social distancing out in the open. Hopefully this message that we're portraying here is for people to get vaccinated so that we one day could all be maskless all at once. So.
And when you drill down on those numbers of people vaccinated here in Connecticut, you know, we're nearing 80% of the eligible population. But when you look at Latinos in Connecticut, you know, I don't believe we're even at 20% yet. So, I mean, that's really another reason for this event. And as a nurse, talk to me about that.
Well, I hope that this event opens everyone's view of getting vaccinated. I'm a prime example. I got vaccinated back in January. I'm doing well. Minimal side effects, but that's typical with any vaccine. It's safe to get the vaccine, and I hope my fellow Puerto Ricans, Latinos, everywhere is just open-minded to get the vaccine because it's very important.
And before I send it back to you guys, I just want to remind you this event is all about the spirit of the island, and we definitely have the weather of the island today, so we are celebrating that. I'll send it back to you guys.
It looks like a lot of fun. All right, Samaya, thanks. Still to come on News 8 special coverage of the 2021 Greater Hartford Puerto Rican Day Caravan and Gathering. We take you to the Frog Hollow section of Hartford. That's where you can find food that tastes like it's straight from the island. Stay with us.
It's homemade. Everything homemade. I make everything.
You make it all?
Yeah.
In the Frog Hollow section of Hartford, you can get a true taste of the island of Puerto Rico. The restaurant is called Aquí Me Quedo. You can find it at the corner of Broad and Park. It's been there for 51 years. The head chef is owner William Mercado. The 78-year-old opened the restaurant in 1970. He specializes in food that's popular back home, like octopus, rellenos de papa, fried potato balls.
And Sammy, food is a big part of this culture, right? You brought some stuff here, too.
It is. They won't be long.
Tell me about this. What is this?
So mofongo. I don't know if you.
I've had mofongo.
He knows,
That's how they make mofongo.
In Puerto Rico, yeah.
Right now we have some candy. This is straight from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I don't urge you to eat it because you've been here for a long time. So hey, but this is how they make mofongo.
Right.
It's great, and this is what we're gonna have this evening at Parkville Market.
Tell me the basics of mofongo, because you can make it a bunch of different ways, right? But it's kind of, tell me, it's meat and then rice.
Everyone makes it differently.
Yeah.
But it's like meat. It's plantains, and I'm not a cook. I'm not a chef, but I'm great eating.
You're
I'm an
good
eater.
at
I'm a
eating.
strong eater with you.
That's all
cool.
that matters. All right. Well, let's check back in with News 8's Samaya. Samaya, oh, there. Now she's getting jiggy.
Now
with it.
she's
Okay.
going. There we go.
Okay, so we are having a lot of fun out here, but we do need to stay focused on part of the reason why we're here, and it's to celebrate heroes like my man Eric Clark here, who is a firefighter for the state of Connecticut. And I didn't even realize that the state of Connecticut had firefighters. Tell me about your job. Talk to me about what it means to go through the pandemic and be here right now.
Well, right now we're going through the pandemic. I'm an airport firefighter, so we do like a lot of volume calls with aircraft, basically, and we support the surrounding town of East Granby.
Excellent. And talk to me about, you went through the pandemic, you saw what we all went through. We're celebrating our culture here today. What does it mean to see people out on the streets? You know, it's not as many folks, but everyone's still excited.
Yes, everybody's excited. I think that what we need to do is to get the word out, to let them know that, you know what, we're here, you should get vaccinated, because it's very important that we do that, so we can start to get back to normal.
And you guys, one of the best things is that all of this wraps at Parkville Market, so the celebration is going to go on until about 8 o'clock tonight at least. I'll send it back to you.
Hey, have the mayor fix some of those potholes. We're bouncing around a little bit out there. What a great day. Listen, that'll do it for News 8's coverage of the 2021 Greater Hartford Puerto Rican Day Caravan and Gathering.
And of course, we'd like to thank Sammy Vega for joining us this morning. And if you missed any of the Caravan, we have highlights of the day coming up on News 8 Weekend starting at 6 p.m.
Have a great, safe weekend. Enjoy the nice weather, everybody.